I think it's... Is it on?
I think it's on.
Hello.
Hello, Australia.
Hello. Lucy, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. What are you doing?
This is just a random chat. It's my first time that I've ever heard of this podcast live, and it's quite exciting, but I'm very nervous because I'm not sure what to talk about.
Wow. You're pretty good so far.
I am, yeah.
The way you
I
just
like
talk.
crowds, yeah.
We're waiting in a car park. We're sitting on the floor.
Yeah, we look pretty dodgy.
Yeah, we look really dodgy. waiting to do some work somewhere. But what do you think of Caloundra, mate?
I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And are you from the Sunshine Coast?
No, I'm originally from Sydney. What about yourself?
I'm from Logan.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Don't start
Born
me.
and bred?
Yeah, Underwood. I grew up at Underwood,
yeah.
and then just on the other side of the road is Brisbane.
Okay.
So I was in Springwood, so it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. I grew up on Underwood Road in Sydney.
No way.
Yes, I did. How random is that? That's like Western
What
Sydney.
suburb?
St. Clair.
St. Clair. What's the next suburb? Next to
Like Mt Druit, Penrith.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow, what was
So
that
that's
like?
why I wouldn't tease Logan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Mt Druitt, I remember Mt Druitt because at our little state school football team, we'd play Mt Druitt, and I remember going, whoa, these Mt Druitt kids were just big, and
Yeah.
from other parts of the world.
Yeah.
You know, there were Islander kids
Yeah,
then
exactly.
before
Lots of them, yeah.
Logan had
Yeah.
Islander kids.
Yeah.
And what?
Yeah.
When did you leave there?
When I was 24.
Wow, so you
yeah.
are proper Penrith.
Like a Westie.
Like
yeah,
a Westie.
Penrith. Yeah. With an F. Penrith.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
St. Clair, is that like an industrial estate?
No, it's just suburbia.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow, your family's still there?
Yeah.
Dead set.
2 sisters and mum and dad.
Well, we got the Clune coming into this podcast right now.
Yeah.
Say hi, Clune.
Hi, Clune.
Clune was on podcast number 11. You'll hear his dulcet guitar tones from memory.
Is that what you guys
You're
were
just hanging around,
discussing?
mate.
Sorry,
do we have
this
something
is
we have
random.
to do?
Yeah, do you
Do you want me to stop?
Yeah.
No.
No?
We're just waiting for the others to come back. So, no, podcast away.
Excellent.
Cool.
Hard for me to interrupt this seminal moment in entertainment.
Oh, yes. So tell us more about Mt Druitt.
Well, I lived in St. Clair. I didn't hang out in Mount Druitt too much because... Pardon?
I said ask you about your boss.
No, we're not discussing that.
What?
What do you mean?
Oh, you
what?
mean old days boss or...
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
That's already my disclaimer. I'm not talking
Yeah,
about it.
no. Yeah, come on, give us some... What's the local shops?
St. Clair Shops. And that's where I used to hang out after school, and I was known as a shoppy.
Right.
Yeah. And I actually used to love it. I never had any problems with it. I had really great friends. And then when I left, and now when I go back, it just depresses me that my parents are still there.
Yeah.
But I think they're about to move, which I hope they are. It's
Really?
just gross.
Where would they move?
Newcastle.
Oh, that's
I've
cool.
got a sister in Newcastle, yeah.
Could you imagine living out there?
No.
I freak out when I'm not near the water.
Okay,
now.
yeah.
Like, or just that bit of sea air.
Yeah.
Go, oh, I'm so hot. And then I
Yeah.
think, oh, man, I'm inland. There'll never be this ocean. There'll never be a seagull.
Yeah.
It actually freaks me now.
Freaks, does it?
Yeah, really does.
Yeah.
So, I remember when I lived in Ashfield in Sydney, and I had a girlfriend. She was from Poland,
Okay.
and we had to drive out to. I'm thinking Liverpool, but it was further than that.
Okay.
And I remember going, yeah, we're in Ashfield, sort of inner city, sort of thing.
Inner city pressure.
Inner city pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe you said that.
Yeah.
Because just yesterday, all weekend, I was
Okay.
tripping out about there was a bee on your boob and your ear.
Oh, God.
Dead set. But it was right on your boob and I was about to go, hey. In the city pressure, outer city pressure.
What were you...
What was that
Doing
line in
that
that,
yesterday?
Clune,
not Flight of
under
Conchords.
pressure. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, yeah.
Wayne and
Under
Bowie.
pressure.
You know what? It just dawned on me what the line is in that song.
What?
It's the terror of knowing what this world... I can't even sing it in the melody. It's the terror of knowing what this world is about.
Okay.
That freaked me out all weekend. I'm like, yeah. All of a sudden, recently, it just dawned on me what the world is about.
Okay,
I didn't want to
kids.
discuss this now. It freaked me
Yeah.
out all weekend. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
under pressure. And then it got me thinking about the Flight of the Conchords, great song.
Yeah.
In the city pressure. Yeah. Hang on.
It's business time.
Yeah, but in the city pressure, you can't even what happened to all those other underpants you had.
Yeah.
Man, why can't I think of that right now? Think of it.
Because you're under pressure. That's why. I'm not even thinking.
But you sold your chair, so you just stand there.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a great band.
Yeah.
The story with them is, I heard later, you know Murray from that show?
Yeah.
Well, he went on Triple J a year or two after that because the Flight of the Conchords had this travelling act with all these songs.
Okay.
And they got this HBO
Yeah,
deal
I've
to
seen-
make the
yeah.
TV show, right? So once they did the TV show the first season, and I think they had another year off.
Yep.
And then everyone went mad for the season, so they did the next season. But right up until the last days, it was as if Murray was sort of taking the piss out of them too.
Yeah. Okay.
They didn't have any new songs.
Okay.
Because they'd been travelling with pretty much 80% of those songs
Yeah.
that work so well. These dudes, who've got a great thing, found themselves going, oh, no. Now they're kind of famous. They have to write these new comedy songs
Yeah,
for this
bigger
new
and
show.
better, yeah?
And it really flipped them out right up until the last thing. That's what he was saying.
Okay. I heard that they stopped because they wanted to stop on top. So they didn't want to kind of drag it out. A little
makes
bit like
sense.
why Kurt Cobain killed himself, right?
Oh, bring it down. Why don't you just bring this whole deal down? You know what was weird? Did you see on Facebook some grub was... I've never seen it and I don't want to see it. Someone had printed out Kurt Cobain's suicide letter.
That's not a big...
It's a fly.
What is that?
It's a fly on my leg.
Massive.
I
Someone
wish it
printed
went
out-
on my boobs.
Okay. Someone, keep going. Someone printed out...
Yeah, Kurt Cobain's suicide note, and printed it on T-shirts, and he was selling it. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And it was there, ready to read, and I went, I don't want to read it.
Yeah, I think I've read it.
Oh, you're a weirdo.
Not from the actual letter, from an article.
Hey.
It was something. I think it was. It's better to burn out than fade away.
Oh.
I think that was
That
his
were
notes.
sorry, we're recording.
So can you please roll your car out?
Wow.
Yeah,
They're
I think.
her. They because
think.
I see.
I think that could be right.
Interesting.
Yeah, There's a
That
big
was my era,
conspiracy.
man.
Yeah, same. There's a big conspiracy that Courtney Love killed him.
Well, actually, you know what I heard last week? Exactly last week was that he. Some people are saying that he actually dropped his baby girl
Oh.
in a heroin nod out.
Ooh.
Yeah, and was feeling so much guilt about his addiction, and he dropped his little girl like in a nod out thing, and that's really what flipped him out and feeling. Yeah, and that sounds. I could believe that.
Yeah.
You know, that's straight out of Left Park. I'd never heard that one before, but that'd
Okay.
definitely be like, oh man,
Yeah.
you've done a bad thing, dude.
I
But you know, Twitter, right, is something I don't really care about, but I do get on Twitter a lot now.
Do you?
Yeah,
And good?
but Frances-Mt Cobain is on there, and she's really funny.
Yeah. Is she?
Yeah, she's actually
I
really.
believe she's like 18 now. It's crazy.
Yeah, and my daughter is 22. She's actually born on the same
Yours?
day. Yeah.
You?
Yeah. Don't get all Mount Druitt with me. I'm from Logan, mate.
So you
Yeah,
were
for
like
real.
10 when you had her?
19.
Wow.
I'm 42 now.
Okay,
But anyway,
wow.
my daughter is born on the same day as Frances-Mt
Okay.
Cobain. Yeah. Just really...
Same year, same day,
exactly
everything.
same
Wow.
day, same year, yeah.
Okay.
And I was right into Nirvana then. I remember
Yeah.
going, Red Hot Chili Peppers Nirvana at that
Yeah.
time.
Pearl
So,
Jam.
I didn't really
Smashing
actually...
Pumpkins. I did.
Yeah. But do you remember what else was out at that time?
Heroin.
No! Well, yeah. No, the crappy music. Like, when people say, oh, yeah, I love the 80s, all I can think about is horrible 80s.
What's a horrible 80s song?
I know. You know what? When I first left school and I started drinking at pubs, this was the first sort of techno to hit the clubs was, how was Black Box go?
Oh, 'cause you're right on time. Dun,
Dun, dun.
'Cause you're right on time.
What about this beat is technotronic.
I was going to say
This beat is
electronic.
technotronic.
It is technotronic.
Get around it for you. I thought you. Yeah. Which sounds pretty good now. Actually. But I relate it, isn't it funny? I relate it to not knowing what to drink. We'd go to this pub and they'd let us all drink anything we want.
Yeah.
You remember those days where there's no, like, you're too drunk to drink here?
Yeah, exactly.
These green drinks at the Kirby Hotel in Logan, Kirby.
Ew.
And I actually first went there when I was 14,
okay.
wearing my mate's uncle's clothes. 14! Imagine me, how young I would have looked.
Yeah.
And these big sort of islander guys ran the pub. So I remember them looking at me just smiling. Got to get in.
Yeah.
And then I did it again for the next week. They let me in twice when I was 14.
What were you drinking, Midori?
It was some sort of green Midori drink. And I got so sick. And the songs that were on then... Right on
made
time.
you more sick.
Right on. Yeah, now when I hear them, all I think about... They had some funny name like the Green Lizard. Oh, man.
Slime.
What about... Is Prospect near St. Clair? Yeah? I've done a gig out there.
Have you?
Yeah, it's a real bikey area.
Is it? Yeah.
Prospect. There was a
Seven Hills is quite
bikey
bikey
gig
as well.
I did once.
How was that?
Huge. It wasn't cool. Like Sausagefest.
Yeah, okay.
It really was. And I'm talking like thousands of bikes showed up in this 1 hour. Like all these guys from one club showed up on bike. It was like we were playing, I remember, and it was during the day.
Yeah.
All of a sudden this rumble of thunder just came. I'm like, what the hell's that? And over this door and over this like gate, you just saw thousands of bikes over like an hour, full hour, just rolling in.
Because you play covers, right?
Do now, but back then.
Oh, back then you weren't.
Yeah.
I was going to say, were you afraid that they didn't like your music, they were going to beat you up?
No, because I play rhythm guitar like Malcolm Young from AC/DC, mate.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I speak the Brotherhood's language.
Okay. Do you have any tats? No.
No. I used to draw them on then.
Okay, yeah.
No.
Do
you have any tats?
Yeah, I got two.
Do you?
Yeah.
Where?
One here.
Yeah.
And one on my lower back.
Star on your foot there and one on your lower back.
Star on my ankle.
Tramp stamp on your lower back. What? Yeah?
Tramp stamp on my lower back.
Do you love them?
Well, I can't see my lower back one.
Show me this. That's exactly my wife's one. Exactly the same. My wife's got one right there.
It's the Nautical Stars. What they which I don't understand. I should probably look into it because I do own it on my foot forever now.
Is that like I need a tattoo? Sailors. Give me that one.
Well, Kerry got a
The seaman, really?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I swear we are over 20. We're actually over 30. So say this is how they used to navigate.
Do you need help?
Well,
I've lost something now.
Okay. Well, they say this is how they used to navigate their way around the ocean, but I don't understand 5 points. I understand.
Clune. I reckon you would know.
Do you know?
A 5-pointed
Nautical Star.
Nautical Star. Actually, it's on a lot of maps. You're right. It's on a lot of maps.
I don't understand why 5. I understand north, south, east, west, and then the northeast, whatever,
It's not something
south.
to do with the Southern Cross, is it?
No, I don't think it's Aussie. I don't know, to be honest.
Hey, guess what? Really?
Did you?
No, you gave it to me, mate. Yeah.
No, I gave you the wrong one. I gave you my car key.
Oh, sorry, mate.
I'm thinking I locked it in the car back at work.
Oh, well
Cool. Carry on.
what's suspense and action from this podcast?
I gave you the key for my car. The key for this one's still sitting in the glove box. Great, mate. Thank you.
Excellent. That was like an ad break.
Breaking them. I'm sorry, 5-pointed star, no idea.
No idea.
The only star I'm aware of which 5 points I think might be, would it be an inverted pentagram?
Oh, yeah, rock and roll.
Well, that's why I got this, because Kerry has a pentagram on his ankle that a friend of ours...
He has the ankle of the beast.
Really?
Pretty much. So he's got the star with the circle, and a friend of ours tattooed it like 10 years ago, and it was a home tattoo, to the point now, if you touch it, it still hurts. Obviously, he's
really?
hit a bone or
Really?
something.
Yeah, really?
Oops.
Have you heard of Stitcher?
How long have you had
Stitcher.
that?
When I came back from London, so 2008, I was 28.
All right, straight out of Mount Druitt into London.
No, straight out of
They
Mount,
wouldn't have
Mount
known
Druitt
what.
into Gold Coast and then into London. And I think that kind of shook the West out of me for a bit.
I can actually...
Rome, London, Mount Druitt.
Yeah.
Surfers, London.
Yeah. I actually reckon you've got a Mount Druitt accent.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I think
It's not,
so.
no,
It's
but
still in
my
there.
mate's from Penrith, and he's definitely got a bit of a Penrith,
Okay.
something about it, you
That
know,
always
and
sounds
everyone...
English. That definitely wasn't West.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't put any F words in it.
Well,
Like,
you need to speak a bit like this.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like Penrith. Where are you from, the roof?
Stitcher, right, remember this. There's a guy in Miami, he's had 5 million